Hey, it's your boy Wallace, and Nomad Recruiter. I travel the world and make placements for a living. I teach people how to start recruiting and staffing agency for the most part. If you're looking to grow and scale your agency, check out nomadrecruiters.com. I have a few links at the bottom. I also have a free ebook that you can click on my website and get. Most importantly, listen, we have a private Facebook group and weekly group coaching calls with myself if you're looking to join my academy and my program. So we're going to be talking about the reality of recruiter layoffs this year. Listen, it is scary as hell right now. We're seeing thousands and thousands of people getting laid off in the tech industry. And a lot of recruiters are asking themselves, should I rethink my career or am I next? At the end of the day, and it's completely understandable with the advancement of AI and so many software tools that are able to take over some of our daily tasks, such as resume screening, cover letter, grammar checks, qualifying candidates to make sure they have years of experience. Is so many of the minor administrative tasks that a lot of AI tools can do. And we're in a situation where we're seeing so many organizations let go of 10,000, 20,000 people. Recently as well, Microsoft even came out with an article a lot of people just kept asking the giant companies, why are you letting so many people go? Why are you letting so many people go? And Microsoft came out and they were just completely honest. I think it was Microsoft or Amazon, but I'll make sure I'll find the article. But they came out and said, "Hey, we're putting $10 billion into Chat GPT, GPT. Oh man, so it always like rolls off the tongue, funny, but it's like, dude, literally, these companies are pretty much saying like, "F you, we don't care. We are working on something that's going to replace you." So should recruiters be scared? Yes and no. If you're a performer, if you're a top performer, you're really good at your job, you're really needed, you probably don't have much to worry about for a few more years. But if you're not performing at all right now and you're new, you just came on board, I would start just having some backup plans if I was you at the end of the day. I would not just put all my eggs in one basket, just because, you know, uh, we're going to continue to see layoffs throughout the rest of the year. And most likely, we're going to start seeing more recruiter layoffs as well. I'm actually getting a lot of phone calls from a lot of in house recruiters who are starting their recruiting agency because they strongly believe that their contracts or their time is going to be up at their organizations, and it's just not much growth in the human resource recruiting coordinator, talent acquisition positions in the future. So they're looking to start their own agencies, or they're looking to transition to other roles. We're seeing a lot of recruiters transition to a lot of sales and marketing positions as well. So it is a question that, a lot of people are asking themselves, is it safe or are we going to see a lot of layoffs? And yes, the answer is yes, you will see layoffs on the recruiting side, more in-house, more roles within in corporations. Um, in the sense of agency recruiters, I don't see it happening as much, but there's still a high turnover in the agency recruitment world. If you're not performing, you're pretty much going to get let go for the most part. But if you're in house, human resource, talent acquisition, recruiting, coordinator, and you're new to the job or you're not performing as well, most likely you're probably going to see a boot out of the office eventually, and most likely sooner. It's just a reality. It's just a reality for what it is. At the end of the day, my job is to help recruiters, be great, scale, make more money, and live their best life and reach their best potential. But there's a huge reality that we have to accept and adapt to as well. So how do I prepare for this layoff, or how do I try to avoid being laid off as well? Listen, upskill yourself. I cannot stress this enough. Start learning AI, start learning how to implement these tools into your daily tasks, start learning how to be of value for your organization, start contributing more to teams, and start thinking outside of the box. Show why you're needed. Come up with creative solutions, creative ideas to source, to hire, add more to the team. Do not just go to work just to go to work. Show up and be much more. And that's how you continue to stay on board and secure your job at the end of the day. How are you adding value to your organization? And if you're not adding value to your organization, and if you're adding value or not, because value has to be more than just sourcing, more than just, managing teams. What else can you do that's not being done? Think about try to think outside the box, and don't be afraid to push your limits. But these are uncomfortable conversations that we do have to have. But yes, most likely, I strongly believe that we can see a huge layoff again this year in the recruiting world. But I'm making these videos now for recruiters to prepare for them. Versus you saying, "Oh man, I didn't know this was gonna happen. Oh, I didn't know this was gonna do this." Well, AJ told you, it's coming, baby. It's coming. And I'd rather you be prepared, or I'd rather you stand out, or I'd rather you push the limits, or I'd rather show that you have upskilled yourself to prepare for it even more. How arrogant, how naive could you be to work for a giant tech company that lets go of 10,000, 20,000, 15,000, 1,000 people and not assume that anyone, yourself or anyone on your team, is next? I mean, how many times do these companies have to tell you or remind you that you're just another number? Family, my boss loves me. They would never let me go. Ha! It happened. It already happened this year. Those 10,000 people that were at those organizations 5, 10, 15 years, 20 years loyal would never even think about going to another company, and it was dropped like that. So what makes you think that you're even more important than those people? Do not be naive. Do not be arrogant. Do not assume, as we like to say in the recruitment world, do not make an ass out of you and me. Do not assume. Always have a contingency plan. Always have a backup plan. Always be prepared for when it happens or when it's coming, and try to stay ahead of the game. We are in a situation in recruiting where AI is sadly able to replace 50% of our job tasks. And it's going to start, bringing up a lot of uncomfortable conversations about the need of recruiters in the future, the salaries of recruiters in the future, the hours for recruiters in the future as well. Will there be full-time roles? Will there be part-time positions? Would it be half humans and would it be half robots? So these are a lot of conversations that we're not talking about. Oh, you don't hear people talking about it openly in the office. They're not having these conversations. Why? Because they don't want you to run away. They don't want you to start looking for a job. They're having these conversations behind closed doors for sure. Definitely. It's a lot of money to put into HR teams and recruiting teams. And organizations are always trying to find ways to save money at the end of the day. But if you can prepare yourself and be ahead of the game, it's a win-win at the end of the day. And I cannot stress this enough. So listen, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? What are you seeing right now in the market? You're seeing the layoffs, but are you seeing it in the recruiting space? All right. Do you see the future of recruiting? Where there's still going to be a high demand of in-house roles. And once again, I'm speaking about recruiting from an in-house perspective, not from an agency perspective. Agency recruiters are still going to be needed because of the headhunting factor. But in-house, I'm talking human resource, recruiting coordinators, corporate recruiters, talent acquisitions, recruitment business partners. This is where a lot of AI will be implemented into these organizations, replacing 30%, 50% of your job throughout the day. So will you need to work a full 8 hours a day anymore? Will you even have the ability to be in a full-time position if your role can be done at a minimum of 4 or 5 hours a day? It's a lot to talk about. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to debate about. I want to have these conversations. I want to have more of these conversations on my channels. I want to have these uncomfortable conversations. I want to think about them. I want to talk to you guys about them. So listen, let me know your thoughts. Comment below. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Support your boy. It's Aijalonwallace. I can't wait to talk to you soon. If you're looking to start your recruiting agency, check out the links below. NomadRecruiters.com. I have a lot of recruiters from Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Amazon, all inside of my program, that have joined my program and have been successful, have real names, real testimonials. And I come from a recruiting agency background as well. I am a coach. I want to be your coach. I want to be honest. I want to be sincere. I want to help you win at the end of the day. Yes, you can start a recruitment agency on your own for free, but it's going to be 100,000 hours at the end of the day where you can just come and get everything that you need inside of the course and get started. You also can book a free recruiting call with me if you have additional questions. But I can't wait to see you guys soon. I appreciate it so much.